Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me tonight. Before we get started, sorry, it's a little hard to talk. Before we get started, this candle is for Betty White. So let's get started with the readings. If anybody would like to go ahead and ask a question for the tarot, please feel free to do so. Just remember, you have to be a subscriber to the channel in order to participate. But you're more than welcome to subscribe if you'd like to. So it is New Year's Eve. And since nobody's asked a question, let's start off with a basic reading. We'll go from there. By the way, this is a new deck. If you joined me before, my husband Will got these for me during the Christmas holiday or Yule, however you celebrate. And he is actually going live tonight on Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you'd like to join him, you can certainly do so, but don't you dare leave me. You stay right here. Ask these questions. It's complimentary. Come on, people. Anyway, so let's start off with a basic reading. And again, I apologize. It is very hard for me to speak. But this candle over here is in remembrance of Betty White. So let's just wish best for her. On with the reading. Okay. So it looks like for my 2022, We have a great celebration. Some very good life changes based on our wand card. And then, of course, we have the death card that shows up, the Fool and Temperance, which are major arcana cards. Overall, this reading is very positive. The death, of course, is something of drastic change, thus coming into the future, usually uncontrollable, but it's something you have to let go of. And you will move forward without your own decision being affected by moving forward. But it's all for the best. The Fool, of course, that is about new beginnings. However, you always have to be cautious, especially if this shows up in reverse format. But it is a great card. It is a great card, most definitely. Just be cautious when you're moving forward. And Temperance, of course, is about the truth and equality, so on and so forth. So this reading is very positive from my own outlook. Now, I'd like to do a reading for you, if I may. And again, you do have to be subscribed to the channel in order to participate. And the reason why I do that is because with the participants during the live sessions can also view their reading as well at any time here on YouTube. So I don't delete them. Everything that happens in here stays on YouTube. Goodness. Oops. Go forward from here. I discharge these cards after I got them. So they are ready to go. And they're beautiful, actually. Again, they were from my husband. And if you hear any background noise, I certainly apologize. It's probably the little kitty that we have. He'll be a year and a half old in January. And I'm sure if you follow me on social media, you probably see pictures of him because I'm very proud of who he is. And he is our first little cat that we adopted together. But he's a bit rambunctious. And likes to cause a little bit of mayhem in the house, which is perfectly fine by me because I expected that. So I had cats for years and years and years. So anywho, whenever you're ready, please go ahead and ask your question. And we'll be more than happy to look into the year of 2022 for you tonight on New Year's Eve 2021. So let's try I'll pick a card. This is another type of reading that we can do live if we'd like to. By the way, I was just informed that all the boom boom you hear, we have fireworks going on here in the wonderful land of Florida, aka Satan's Sponge of the United States. So please don't mind that. Okay, so I'm getting notifications from Facebook that some people are a little bit behind, which is perfectly fine. No biggie. However, again, as I mentioned before at the beginning, in order to participate, you have to follow me here on YouTube. And this is also something that people did not like on Facebook, unfortunately. You have to follow my page. But it seems to work out better here on YouTube. More people actually show up than they did on Facebook, especially when I was doing it on Wednesday nights. Nobody really wanted to come out and chit chat or do a reading or get a reading or what have you, or even watch for that matter. And again, if you're just joining me, the candle I have lit here is actually in memory of Betty White. She was a big influence to me when I was growing up. I'm sure she's a very big influence to a lot of people over multiple generations. One thing that she had a very positive effect on me in my life is she became one of the first people on national television to fully open, embrace, and accept the LGBTQIA, whatever that acronym is, the gay and lesbians of the United States. She accepted us as her own children and claimed herself as the mother of gay children throughout the United States for those who did not have accepting parents. So she's very important to me in that respect. I'm sure she had, again, positive influence on many, many, many people, especially while she was playing the role of Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls. Everybody remembers that. Everybody does. If you don't, go watch Nick at Night. It's always there. Of course, I'm be too old to even say Nick at Night if that even exists anymore. However, yeah. It's on rerun somewhere. So go watch it. It's really good. But we're still waiting for anybody to come in and request a reading. I have people popping in, popping out. But here we are. So, oops. A little more tea. And then also, my husband and I were talking about different things like technology and so on and so forth. Now, I've had some really unfortunate experiences with Apple in the past. However, I'm very much into giving them another chance, especially with the new iPhone. Because I bought a Pixel 6 and it is unfortunately a little bit on the disappointing side, especially with the updates, so on and so forth, as you may have read in the media, that unfortunately the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro are stuck on the November 1st security update, which is just, I'm dumbfounded by it, simply because the fact that today I also found out that Samsung, the S21 and the S line and the Note line are already getting ready to release their January 2022 update. So we're still sitting here on the November 1st because of some sort of hardware or software issue. I don't know, but yeah, I would definitely consider going back to an iPhone at this point. Other than that, I mean, that's all that's really going on. But let's try another sample reading while we're waiting. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the Ace of Swords as the first card. The second card is the Lovers. and the third card is the Ace of Wands. So what I'm looking at here basically are two beginning cards because they're both aces. Now, swords represents action in the lifeline, and also the Ace of Wands represents life. Okay? So something is going to begin within your life, but also there is a new action going on with that. Now, the action could be positive or negative, but in the center, there's the Lover's card, which represents coming together of two individuals or a group of individuals, which is a very positive card as well. So this is another good pull. And being that this is a 3-card reading, it doesn't have a lot of information. Like, let's say if we did a Celtic Cross, which is 10 cards spread out entirely, it tells past, present, future, so on and so forth. But this one here, you can see the snake going up in the background behind the sword. So I'm giving you a little insight on how to read the card instead of actually doing the reading. By the way, I do have a video on YouTube where you can learn how to better read the tarot cards and also read oracle cards. But in reference to that, I also discussed the difference between the two because a lot of people don't know that there is a big difference between oracle cards and tarot cards. So go check out that video as well. But the Ace of Swords, we have changes. There's moon phases in the background here, which is signifying how you would read this card primarily. And this is based on symbolism. So we have clouds in the back. It's kind of a partially cloudy sky, so it's kind of like got to wash with the weather a little bit. That means that you want to be cautious as you move forward. Again, the snake in the background. Now, snakes actually do represent something very positive in the tarot, so this is a good thing with the snake being in the card. So we're looking at new adventures or new ventures in life based on the Ace of Wands. You're looking at new action to pair with those ventures, and also that there's going to be action in new life within a relationship. So if we're looking at a relationship card, if this was a love reading, then you're looking at new beginnings of action and your life as far as life, what's the word I'm looking for? Life events. So that might be a new relationship is coming. Now, what's interesting about this is if this was a reading of myself, we are actually having a little bit of a game day tomorrow here at the house, and we're meeting a new friend tomorrow. So that may be what this is indicating, that this new person that we're meeting is actually going to become very close and a personal friend of ours, which we hope so, because everybody that we have over to the house is certainly in high hopes of being one of our really good friends that we have for years and years to come. So this is a really small but very accurate reading about tomorrow, or about life in general, but that's how you typically would read some of the cards. You have to look at the symbolism, you have to look at colors. This one is monochromatic, so you can't really look at the colors. If you look at the Rider-Waite deck, then you would see the different colors in the background, especially with some other decks that you can purchase. But this one is monochromatic, which is just beautiful. But unfortunately, it doesn't give me any color associations. Okay, so we're still waiting on a person to come in and ask their questions about the new year 2022. And again, we're live here on YouTube from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, my husband Will is going live on Twitch at 8 p.m. And I think he's probably doing I don't know if he was going to show off board games or if he's doing something on the computer. It might be something that he's going to be playing a digital game, which he usually does. It could be The Sims 4. It could be what is that game that everybody plays? Magic the Gathering Arena or MTG Arena. He might be doing that as well. But again, he'll be on Twitch. His handle is dgeekwill. D as in David, geek as in geeky. And then Will, Will. He'll be on Twitch, his channel tonight at 8 p.m. if you want to join him. Other than that, we're just waiting again for people to show, and we can actually start a live reading based on someone's question. By the way, if you are interested in this deck, it's quite beautiful. It's available on Amazon. That's where you purchase it from. Again, it's monochromatic, which is kind of my personality. I'm not very colorful. I like things pretty much black and white. But it is a very beautiful deck. And the name of it. So it's called Luna Somnia. And I believe that's Italian for great seeker or beautiful seeker, beautiful thoughts, beautiful dreams, something of that nature. Boom, boom, there goes fireworks. So again, you get your little book with it, as usual. And some very brief tarot cards telling you what you can do right off the bat if you're not looking to read the actual booklet itself. And I think the reason why I'm looking at this very strangely is because my camera is showing backwards lettering on my screen instead of regular lettering, which is kind of strange because it usually doesn't do that. Maybe that's just on YouTube. Okay. It doesn't happen when I do my videos, when I record. So I'll look into that later. Anywho. Oh, another person just popped in. Hi, how are you? Come chit chat. Come type. Come join in. Come listen to fireworks in the background. Oh, he left. All right, you know what? I'm going to take that filter off. Hang on one second. All right, I'm going to change this from subscribers to anyone. So now anyone can physically join me and not have to subscribe to my channel. Maybe that might get some more people in here. So if you're now just joining me, you don't need to subscribe in order to participate in the readings. And also, this candle that I lit at the beginning of the video or beginning of the session here is for in memory of Betty White. As you may have noticed, I was hardly able to speak when I did that, and I apologize. But yeah, there's nobody in here again. Okay. Let's just keep going. I'm actually going to do reading based on myself again. I want to know about my shop, my finances, my sales, what's happening with my business, of my handmade items, which I love so much. By the way, I did happen to make a Moldavite pendant these past 3 days. That's going to be going on my new store on Etsy. So keep your eyes open for that. That's supposed to open fully on February 3rd of 2022. I'm sorry, January 3rd of 2022. So we get Ace of Swords, there's Three of Pentacles, and we have Queen of Cups. Let's do an extension on this as well. Knight of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician. Okay. So overall, this is telling me to be cautious once again in the question that I asked up here. Three of Pentacles is telling me that there is financial well-being within my house. So that looks good too. It's coming. Also, the Queen of Cups. Again, cups are a representation of life, which is definitely a good thing. And she is telling me that I should expect things to come into play of what I'm asking, which is definitely a good thing there as well. Knight of Cups again. He is delivering good news, so that is good news coming my way based on my business as well. We have the Wheel of Fortune. That one is a little bit of a gambling card. Unfortunately, you spin the wheel, you never know what you're going to get, but it's an open-minded type of card. So we're looking at to keep an open mind during this whole process. So to me, it sounds like this was not going to come very quickly, but in the end, we ended up with the Magician card, which is the master of everything in the deck itself. To me, that's my interpretation, because he does hold the Pentacles, the Sword, the Cup, and also the Staff or the Wand, whichever you like to call it. But it's continuous. It has the infinity symbol on the top of his head. So it's showing that he's a master of his craft. He's a master of his life. So hopefully this means I'm going to become the master of my finances and the master of my business. Eventually, again, this is showing it's a slower process between everything, but there is good news coming. There is the expectation to feel this way about in control of everything. It's showing money is coming, but it's saying cautious. Be cautious about what you do. So that is a very good thing. Now it's been 30 minutes and I still have not had any participants during this session at all. Kind of surprising. I will just keep shuffling away. Let's type something here really quick while we're waiting for people. You do not need to subscribe to participate. There we go. Maybe that would help. Okay, so we're waiting and we're wondering and we're waiting and we're wondering about if anyone is going to come in and ask any questions, which would be fantastic. Okay. So nobody seems to be coming in. That's fine. I'll just talk. So we're waiting for people to ask questions. Hello. Oh, goodbye. Ooh, my card. Hello, how are you? Do you have a question for tonight? Nothing really, just sitting here waiting for people. How's your New Year's Eve going? That's true. You are, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Do you have a question for 2022? Oh, that works. Hey, beer is good. Beer is not bad. Any insights? Okay. Let's take a look at a general reading. And let's do a time frame of about 3 months. from now, see what's going on. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. It looks like you have, or you're currently doing very well financially, or you seem very stable financially. But there is unexpected change coming in your near future. Unfortunately, that can't be controlled. But, well, it shows here that at an ending of a cycle. Usually means that something is going to happen. It doesn't look bad at all in the next 3 months. Prosperity looks actually very good. So you have an ending here. You have a change that's unexpected from the death card. But according to the associated cards that we have here around this, it appears to be very, very positive. Okay, so that's the whole point. Okay. So it doesn't appear to be terrible. It seems like. Let me check something else out. Oh, okay. So I see that you're set off for a new venture in life, it appears, or you will be, which is part of the unexpected change that's going to manifest. Now, either you have the acceptance of this change, or I shouldn't say really acceptance of it, but more or less adapt to it, which again, it appears to be very positive. Otherwise, you may not have a choice but to adapt to this situation in the future. Let's see what else it says. Okay, that's actually very good. Okay, so even the changes. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, that's understandable. Congratulations. That's a good thing. Okay. That's understandable with the whole change situation that's going on. Okay, so it shows here in the last two cards that I pulled for you that you will be very successful even after the unexpected change takes place, as long as you embrace it. Other than that, everything looks very good. Even here, it shows that you'll become stable very quickly if you're looking to move forward, especially if you're looking to work abroad. Definitely, it's showing everything falls into place for you from what I can see. There's just going to be a few little things that you have to keep in mind to look at very carefully before you move forward. So if you receive maybe one offer, don't jump at that one offer. There may be a couple more offers coming to you from what I can tell to be aware of. That can be very, very important to show the success of what's coming into play once you do move forward. Does that make sense? Opportunities, definitely. The opportunities based on the previous cards here, this one shows that it's a drastic change. So within that drastic change, all the other cards reflecting were very positive. So it's a good change. a very positive change. However, because you're going to be very successful with that change, you have to maintain your mindset based on those opportunities. So when you look at the opportunities that you're presented with, there's going to be more than one. Okay, and it may seem a little overwhelming, but the cards say don't jump at the first opportunity. It may not be the best. So you want to take the first opportunity with a grain of salt. I mean, hold it on the back burner if you would, just so you keep the opportunity in your mind, know that it's there, and if it's the best one out of all the opportunities that you receive, because I'm showing that you're probably going to get 2 to 3 opportunities that's coming up. And it does appear to be work related. Where is that card? So here's 3 opportunities, which matches your card here, which is your financial stability and also your happiness in the future based on what you want. So these 3 opportunities, in order for you to go from here to here, you just have to think because of this card down here, the Tower, which is a card of destruction, but it is a card that is good for change as well. It's quite surprising because you haven't had any opportunities so far. Well, keep in mind, it's the end of 2021. So depending on what type of work you're going into, we're looking at a 3-month time span here too. So you're looking at maybe March, April of next year before this comes into play. And the reason why I say that also, when you're thinking on a business side of things, the end of the fiscal year is also after the first quarter of a new year. So the first quarter of 2022 is going to end the business fiscal year for, oh my goodness, every business that's probably out there, at least here in the United States. But that's where the opportunity is coming from, because the number 3 comes up a lot. You have a number 3 here and number 3 here, and then you have all these cards of changes. So it's showing to me that in the next 3 months, all of this is going to occur. Does that make more sense now? Because of the business prospect of opportunities based on the fiscal year that ends in the first quarter of 2022. That's probably why you haven't gotten any opportunities yet, because it's the end of 2021. Good, okay. Perfect. Do you have any other questions at all? You're the only one in the room, so what the heck? Ooh, that might be a little specific. Let's take a look, see if we can find something out for you. Let's see. Okay. Okay, you're applying for different countries. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, based on how everything comes into play with that entire idea and where the economy is going to be the strongest, of course, that's probably where your opportunity is going to arise. Hmm. Let's see. Okay, from what I'm gathering so far, it appears to be a place of royalty. So, considering there's two king cards that came up, one knight and a queen to start off with, it looks like to me that you're going to go to a country that has a king and a queen. Like, for example, uh, Britain, of course. Any other country that would be ruled by a king and a queen. Now, here's what's in question also, if it could be the United States, because you also have a president and a first lady attached to it also, because being that there's two kings, it seems like that the male is forefront, and then you have the queen card here. And the knight indicates that it's going to be coming quicker than what we anticipated. It doesn't seem to be anything negative, but it's not giving me a country, and I'm not getting anything up here either as far as the country is concerned. But I am showing the end process is a cause for celebration within the opportunity that you pick. And I'm also showing that your financial status is going to be growing. It's going to be very comfortable for you. Okay, you have. Now, I'm not familiar with, unfortunately, any other places but the United States. So I really don't know anything about any other countries, really. I should, but I don't. Um, okay, now here's the final card in this reading. And this is something, again, this is the Hangman, which is, it's not a bad card, although a lot of people think that it's associated with torture or associated with some sort of negativity, but it really isn't. It's actually a card of seeing something in a different point of view. So, what we're looking at here, based on the destination, is where you may want to go the most may not be the best decision. It's saying look at everything from a different angle. So as long as you're looking at your opportunities from a different angle, based on the opportunities and not just the location, you're going to have the most happiness, celebration, the best financial rewarding aspect of this situation as well. Okay, that could be another clue also for Montreal, as far as that's concerned. Was Montreal your first choice? Was Canada your first choice? Hmm. Okay. Okay. So Montreal is your first choice. Okay. Well, it doesn't show that that would be a negative choice, because even if you look at the situations based on a different angle or a different perspective, it still shows that you have the strength to move forward in your decision, and you'll be very happy in that respect. As a matter of fact, eventually, within your decision making process, And within your lifetime, after you make this decision over the next 3 months or so, it shows you're going to be very, very well off. And I mean exceptionally well off. Oh, yes. Yes, there's actually 3 cards that just came up, and they're all from the major arcana, and they all represent royalty. They all represent a master of your profession or a master of your, how should I say, your art that you do, or your craft that you do. But also you seem to be more or less headed for a direction of promotions, a direction of moving up the ladder, most definitely. So you have some really, really, really good insight on this reading as far as the destination. So Montreal does seem like a good prospect for you. Oh, I just missed him. Oh, well. Any other questions tonight? Well, it seems like Montreal is certainly one of the best options from what I could tell, especially from what the cards were laying out based on your questions for each reading. So I would think that that's probably your best option when that comes up. I mean, it's showing that you're advancing in your career path very quickly. I hope you're comfortable with that too. Some people don't like to advance too quickly. All right, I've actually been live on here for almost 1 hour, so I'm going to sign off of here because my significant other is getting ready to launch on Twitch, and they're going to be making some noise, so I need to get the heck off here. Oh, you do? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand. I actually have a nerve condition where it affects the entire left side of my body. So I can't do much of anything. I'm also deaf. So I can't hear as well as what I used to at all. I have less than 70% of my hearing is already gone. So I understand completely. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great new year. Stay prosperous, stay positive, and most of all, stay safe. Take care.